My name is Rafiq. I am a father, a husband, and like many others, a man working far from home. Every day, I build houses in a foreign land, but my heart lives in a little room back in Kerala, with my wife and my 5-year-old daughter, Sarah. A few months ago, I returned home for my short vacation. The day I arrived, Sarah ran to me at the train station, her tiny arms wrapped tightly around my legs, and her voice was loud with joy. "Appa, you came back!" I knelt down, hugged her, and let my tears fall silently. I had missed 1 year of her growing up, 1 year of her laughter, questions, drawings, and bedtime kisses. My wife, Fatima, stood a few steps behind, smiling, but her eyes looked tired. She carried all the weight of our home while I was gone. Cooking, cleaning, working a small job, and raising our daughter with strength and patience. I wanted to hug her too, to say sorry for not being there more often, but we just looked at each other and understood everything in silence. The next 30 days passed like a dream. Every morning I woke up to Sarah climbing on my chest and whispering, "Wake up, Appa." We went for walks. We bought her a bicycle. I watched her ride with her pink helmet while I held her steady. Sometimes she fell and cried, but I was there to lift her up and say, "It's okay, my little star." Fatima made all my favorite dishes. We had lunch together, and sometimes we just sat on the floor talking. She would tell me all the little things I missed. Sarah's school day, how she sings to herself, how she talks to the moon before sleeping. One night, Sarah asked, "Appa, will you always stay here now?" I looked at her and said, "I want to, sweetheart, but I have to go back to work." She frowned. "But why? Don't you love us?" That question broke me. How do I explain to a 5-year-old that love sometimes means leaving? That love builds dreams brick by brick in another country, so that one day she can study in a good school, live in a beautiful house, and never have to feel the distance I feel? When the last day of my vacation came, I didn't sleep. I lay awake between them, watching Sarah breathe softly and Fatima's hand resting on her forehead. The thought of leaving them again felt like walking through fire. But morning came anyway. At the train station, Sarah clung to me and cried, "Please don't go, Appa, please." I hugged her tight, trying to memorize the weight of her in my arms. Fatima stood behind, wiping her tears silently. I kissed them both and turned away quickly before I could fall apart. Now, I'm back at work. I carry bricks, mix cement, and wipe sweat from my forehead. But my thoughts are always with my family. Every night, I look at photos of Sarah and Fatima on my phone. I play Sarah's voice notes over and over again. "Good night, Appa. I love you. I know I'll be home again. And when I do, I'll make sure we laugh louder, hug tighter, and love deeper. Until then, I send them all my prayers, my love, and the promise that one day this journey of sacrifice will end, and we will never have to say goodbye again."